Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War, this time with a Great War mod. The developers have bestowed me with the latest version of the Great War mod, and we're gonna go ahead and play a campaign. Originally, I think I had a plan that you guys would vote on whatever nation on the Western Front we were gonna play as. But it was decided in between me and the developer that we were gonna play as Germany. So we're revisiting Germany. It's quite a while since I did Germany in the old version, but we're gonna do it again. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump straight into it, shall we? There we go, the Archduke is assassinated. And it's time to start the war. And would you like to... yes, forced alliances is okay. So there's a number of different stuff that's been made since last time I played, but also since the last version of the latest I played. So we're gonna go ahead. I think we need happiness. I've already kind of checked what I need. So we're gonna go for happiness first, because if we look at the overall happiness, it's not that great, and we're also gonna mix around a little bit in the cabinet. So we've got a few guys that are not up to scrap with the rest. So the justice and treasury is only a 3. They're both just 3 stars, but we do actually have. We've got a guy here with a knighthood, and I'm gonna put him in justice. And then I do believe we have one with treasury, yes, this guy, and also reducing the construction of industrial buildings. We're going to put that guy in. We do also have this guy, but he's kind of, there's a bit of both here. He brings a lot of happiness, to be sure. He's got princedom, which gives him minus management, but he's actually this sort of levels it out, and then he's got family connection, and so kind of a lot of happiness there. This order of the Seraphiner order, I don't know, doesn't seem to do anything actually. I guess he got it because he's a prince, Maximilian of Baden, but we're not going to put him as Minister of Treasury. Instead we're going to put this guy, which actually has points towards treasury. So the cabinet is fixed, everyone's at least a 4-star, and that should work out pretty fine. A lot of the change is that we have quite a few starting armies, but I don't think we're going to go at them right now, but I just want to show that we have quite a few starting armies along the border here with France. No starting armies over here. We've got one garrison army over here, but not like... we've got a similar amount of armies ready to go east. We also have quite a few ships for our navy. So we've got a little fleet here ready to protect our ports from possible Russian incursion. We also have a fleet here carrying a trade ship. So it would be nice to actually start steaming that out and get ready to see if we can't set up some trade. I'm gonna retreat the 2 fleets here, and we're gonna see about moving all of this out in one go, as of course the British Navy will be around here, and that's something we don't want to run into. We already have trade ships along the coast here. What I want to do is I want to combine them all to cotton, because that's the best tradable resource we've got right now. So it's lumber and wheat, and then Norwegians getting copper from over there. Copper is actually really good. Copper's at 50. Maybe I should just declare war on Norway just to get that copper. But well, for now we're sufficed with cotton, which is traded at 25. We would double it if we took out Norway. Maybe we should diplomatically try to get Sweden to join the war, and in that way we could get Norway out of the picture Then there's some more economical stuff, so I don't need a lot of the training grounds in certain areas. I would rather collect money from these areas, so I'm going to change quite a few of these areas around so we can collect cash. So we're going to have a few like recruitment centers. We're going to have Strasbourg, that's going to be a recruitment center. Munich, Bavaria, that's going to be a recruiting center, because I'm probably going to have to go down and aid the Austrians on the Italian front, because I believe in the latest change it's now very heavily scripted that the Italians will in fact go to war with the Austrians, and they're not going to be kind of going back and forth. I think in some versions they have gone ahead and attacked the Allies instead. I think when I played as Serbia, or maybe I test played as the Turkish, I can't remember exactly, but now it should be more clear cut that they are going after the Austrians. We have a reconnaissance aircraft right here, which I should send. You know what? I'm more worried right now about the Austrian front to start off with. I also need to check on the Ottoman Empire, because they haven't resolved the Ottoman issue as of yet. Like, the Ottoman capital is still susceptible. If it's taken over, the game crashes. So we gotta keep an eye on that as well, making sure that the Russians don't go there. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to keep the Russians occupied over on the Eastern Front. So let's continue go through and set up the economical stuff. So I want to build farmers' stalls where I can. And then also this place. This does not need to be a recruiting area. So I'm gonna go ahead and build that to be economic, to bring in more cash for me. Same, I don't need Danzig to be a military recruitment area, and well, the two recruitment areas we'll have is Warsaw, Poland, and Königsberg over there. So that'll be nice. We'll put up a market stall there, and that'll work through that building side. And I think that is those moves. Let's just make sure that we haven't forgot anyone. Baltic Fleet, armies. I haven't moved the armies. We're gonna do that, and then researcher was moved there, and I set up my research, and everything seems fine. We're not making that much money per turn, but I'm pretty sure that's going to change with the ministers I put in place and so on. I think we're gonna change that around. Also, yes, now when I think about it, trade. We need to open up more trade. So we're gonna trade with the Swiss. They're very happy with us, so that'll be easy. The Netherlands, they're friendly. We'll get trade through there. Pretty interesting here is that since trade is open through here, and what I believe happened during the I'm pretty sure, I can't remember exact details, but I'm pretty sure that one of the things here with the Netherlands being able to trade both with Great Britain and Germany is that they would bring in materials to the Netherlands, and then the Netherlands would sell them off to the Germans. So it would be a kind of a way to get around the blockade. I believe I saw I think cement and stuff like that were going through there. I'm not entirely sure, so don't this was not prepared to be a like historical lecture or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's something. I just noticed that Britain was the other trade partner there, so interesting tidbit. But I'm sure the guys in the comments will sort it out better than I can do it right here. And then we trade with Denmark, so now we should increase, yeah, 2,000. So that's pretty neat. With that said, now we're gonna start moving the armies. So we do have crap back in like different areas here. What I want to do is actually Landwehr reserves should be sent to the ports, just so that that's only cavalry. Where's can I get Landwehr reserves to start off with? I want to kind of those cheap units to send to hold stuff like ports, just that no one get in there and burn them. They'll just blockade them. It's a lot easier then. I think, do I need these in Bavaria? It looks like I do. They're pretty unhappy because of industrialization and religious difference. But yeah, let's go through the armies then. So we're going to leave the Netherlands, but we're definitely not going to leave the Belgians. And we've got 2 armies here in the north. To the furthest to the north, in Münster, we've got Alexander von Kluck. And he's got a pretty darn good army, I'd say. Artillery, good artillery. Cavalry, infantry, and Jaeger battalions. So we'll move him with... Not going to block the bridge, but he's going to be moving towards Belgium. And I think... I'm guessing I'd only need 1 there. The other one will follow, but detour down through here. Or possibly both of them could march here and then on to the Champagne region. So the second one here in Cleves is Karl von Bülow. Not a strong army, but he's got heavier siege artillery. And he also carries 2 guard battalions, 2 elite guard battalions, which got a 10x accuracy, among other things, also almost double the morale. So we're going to bring them forward. I also noticed here the infrastructure. There's a few areas, I guess, where infrastructure needs to be changed. We need to streamline a kind of a route towards the front line. And since a lot of good units going to come out of Berlin, just because of its already good sort of built up infrastructure in terms of military, and we already have railroads going through here, because it's going to be more expensive if I'll do 1, 2, 3 or so. So it might be easier for troops to be moving along the rail route to Dresden, and then from Dresden through into the Hessians, or Hesse, and then it's still kind of a long way, but yeah. Rather than going, because if we'll do here, well, you know what, eventually we'll have to do everything, but we'll try to streamline a line through that might be used by all 3 locations here on the Western Front. Anyways, the armies are moving forward here. Then, if we go even further down here, we've got Ernst von Hippel, which, oh, this is not even controlled by a proper general. Sending that up there, I don't think the Belgians have enough to even stand against one of these armies, so this army is definitely going to go south and join as reinforcements for these 3, which will be going against the French. Not going to put a general, I'm probably going to portion this army up and send it into the other generals. Crown Prince William of Prussia is our lead army here, and I don't want to, he's so far ahead of the others, I don't want to move him too far up, but we're going to go ahead and move up here to control the bridge and also protect the warehouse here, to protect resupply capability of this region. And then we've got, who's this? Albrecht, Duke of Württemberg. He's going to move forward. And he's going to go join the prince. And, I mean, I have a sizable force here. I don't know how much, what the French have. We'll start off, be bold, actually, and move here. Oh, there is a French army. And it's a... Okay, so that was kind of meant, I guess, that these should meet each other here. If we're able to defeat them, I wonder if I could march all the way down here and take Marseille. Marseille would open up for the Italians to be fighting a 2-front war against me. Although I'll be fighting all over the place here. So maybe that's not the greatest idea. But that's all for the Western Front. We're moving the armies over there. As of now, I don't see a reason to recruit troops. So, except I probably need some troops on the Eastern Front. We've got a single proper army here, and then we've got garrison army over here. But a single army under Maximilian von Prittwitz. And I mean, it would be nice to control a bridge head against the Russians coming forward, but I think moving forward we might get surrounded by the superior numbers of the Russians. But yeah, there we have it for the first turn. Money will be spent on railroads next then to be able to ship troops forward, and also because it increases the trade routes and income or wealth in the region and so forth. Replenishment, movement speed, does a lot of things. I just noticed that this one actually has already the first line. So we actually got a good line going through here. So what I would want to do is possibly do one from here through here. Or, you know what, I have enough to do 4. So we would do this one. This one has. So I would do from this one then, to be able to quickly move through there. And then we probably need something going to the east. So it would be nice to have rails going through there. Königsberg, I'm not going to build, because that's only going to make it easier for the Russians to invade. Because they'll be able to use the rails there. So we're not going to use that. And for the last bit of money here, I think we might want to increase the amount of artillery we can recruit here. And also open up technologies. So we'll start off building an expanded artillery factory. And with that, we've moved through all the moves for the first part here. Looks like this might be the first battle. August Dubail. Not entirely sure how you pronounce that. Probably gonna meet Crown Prince of Bavaria. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and end turn. We've got another researcher, this time in Brandenburg, and yes, this is one of the kinks they told me about. That was a problem. Austria breaks the alliance. The thing is, you can immediately sign into it again, and there's no problems in that way. My aircraft should be able to get to the Italian front right about now. Although the Italian front isn't open as of yet, because the Austrians have not declared war on them. Or the other way around, I mean. They're not at war with each other just yet. I believe it's scripted, so at some point it will happen. Currently, since we're right off the start, it was suggested that I should build an army to kind of watch over the Austrians, but also watch over the Ottomans in case, so they're not pushed out. Currently though, I'm kind of stuck deep into the Western Front. Russians didn't move anything on the east. We have an Austrian army that seems to be going the wrong way, should be going against the Russians right now. What it looks like is we're gonna have a strategy where we push in to the Western Front first, rather than the other way around, going for the Russians first. We do have quite a bit of troops here, and I also note that there's a French army that's moved in between Crown Prince William and Crown Prince of Bavaria. I think Crown Prince of Bavaria is probably enough to take this guy on. Or maybe if this army is augmented by the troops holding this region. Oh, now they become unhappy. I wasn't aware that they would become... I can move one unit back. I'm hoping they'll attack me if I move into the range. So I move the unit back. Should be fine. And we can move in to the range of the French, and they attack. Good. So Edward, the Edard du Castellan, or something like that. He's got 2,480 troops against our 2,160 troops. Artillery, similar. We do have one fire explosive shells, though, instead of the shrapnel troops. He outnumbers us a little bit in troops, but we've got higher experience. Accuracy is 1 point lower for the French, but that's not going to matter really. Morale for the French is a lot higher, though, I noticed, than ours. That could very well be due to the difficulty here. They've got 22 morale against our 8. So that's quite a big difference, but I think that's due to the difficulty I've chosen. Right, we have a battle ahead of us. I'm pretty confident in victory. Let's go ahead and smash the French on the plains of Al-Sach, Lorraine. I was about to say, oh no, rain, it's gonna slow down our advance, but of course the enemy actually advanced on us, or they intercepted us as we were moving forward. We can see the troops lined up here. Most of it is just line infantry, what we can see right here. We do have one Jaeger over here. Oh, the Jaegers can actually... We've got deploy... Let's see. Huh. We can deploy a barrier against cavalry. Wait, is it barbed wire in between those? No, they haven't gotten that far yet. That would be cool though. If that would be just like it looks here. But we can build trenches. We can entrench ourselves. Oh, did the rain... No, I went above the rain. That's why it stopped. I don't think we are going to entrench ourselves. We're gonna move forward. Well, we'll leave a trench here just in... No, we won't, because I want the cannons to move over that. There's been a bug, which I think you know if you play normal Napoleon as well, that if you roll the cannons over that he kind of breaks it. There's not much for it. Let's go ahead and start the battle. We're gonna go move forward, and we're gonna claim the high ground. We're gonna claim through that wood over there, through this wood, up onto the high ground, like that. And then I've got my Jaegers, which we're gonna send onto the flank. We'll set them in this wood, and then I'll rearrange the line to go from that, just the edge of the wood, more over to that side. Cavalry. For now, we'll keep it on this side. I'm not sure really where I'm going to move it as of yet. We'll see what it develops with the enemy. It's also high time to move the artillery forward. We'll try to base it around this hill. So far we're not within the range of the enemy, which are marching forward over here. Let's see. Oh yes, this is what I'm talking about. There's a tendency, once artillery is rolled over that it gets destroyed, and it looks like the French just destroyed all of their artillery. Like literally all of it. Oh, one gun managed to survive. That's gonna severely hamper the French. Now they do have more cavalry, but it's a single unit. They've just lost a lot of their cannons. So they only have one cannon remaining. That's gonna give me a huge advantage in this. And the enemy is actually within range of my artillery. As soon as it sets up here, I should be able to start shelling the enemy. Primary target would be to shell the enemy's artillery, because if we blast them into pieces, then the enemy has but one option or two options: either retreat or charge forward as quickly as possible and trying to attack my artillery before it's able to wipe the enemy out. Looks like they're about to deploy the guns. Or no, they're repositioning once more. You can see a French line is taking shape as we are moving into position as well. My artillery is just coming into position here. But I have time to set it up because the enemy hasn't set up their artillery yet. Oh, they actually have one cannon there that survived out of one of the batteries. But one battery was completely destroyed. So when they started off with 12 cannons, and now they have 5, so they lost more than half their artillery. While I still retain all of mine. And that's why I didn't deploy any of the barricades to start off with. Right, let's go ahead and set these artillery up. And just give them... just blast whatever they see fit right here. Gonna take a look at the artillery as it goes off here. For the first volley of the war. Whoa! Wait, they've changed the sound? Ah, that sounded a lot better than the old one. And I think you can almost... I want to listen to this again. You can kind of hear the brass being expelled as well, and kind of the mechanics of the gun. Listen to that once more. Damn, and the bass on it as well. Damn, that sounds powerful. It doesn't just sound powerful; it is powerful. The enemy guns have also been destroyed. They have a single one, which is targeting my cavalry. I don't like that. Oh, we've start fire going out against the enemy. I'm gonna target the sides that are actually shooting at each other over here. So we're gonna target the French right flank. New sound for the guns as well. I really like that. That sounds really good. So far we've lost a single soldier. The French are firing at such a shit angle. And now the artillery is coming in. We haven't... I mean, my troops haven't actually shot that many of theirs as well. It's all artillery at this point. These guys haven't fired anything. There's a single guy in the corner there firing. What I'm seeing, though, is an opportunity for a flank charge, if that's possible. Because 2 units here are kind of getting isolated. My artillery is not striking as hard as I wish, though. As I'm intending to do a cavalry charge, I'm moving to strike the center, which is now fighting my troops over here. Oh, you can even hear the commanders, like, do the whistles and stuff. If you listen close enough. The sounds really improve it. I love these sounds. French cavalry. There we go. That's pretty cool. Let's see if my lancers can handle it. It's not great because it's open ground up until the regiment. Oh, and the enemy hussars are moving in. Oh, they're changing their position to ah shit, the hussars are coming and oh no, my charge is going to falter.
Our men are running.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. My cavalry unit melted away in seconds. I was able to see that coming and just absolutely destroyed us. Let's go ahead and take a look at how's it going along the line. 50 men losses here, but we're holding on. 50 here, but holding. It's pretty okay. I noticed though, part of the line here isn't really doing anything. Ooh, I just love the sound, and then how it kind of goes klunk, klunk, or you can hear him actually like bloody well doing the cannon, as it were. I should probably have waited until the very point. Cavalry is probably most useful to actually chase units down rather than to do a head-on charge to try and break anything. The line is holding fine for now, and we're blasting the French to bits. I didn't even bother like redirecting my artillery to fire upon their what's left of their batteries. I'm gonna fire on some of the larger units over here. There's very few troops left. Looks like because of the amount of morale the French have, they're gonna fight to the very last man. So we've got a single officer standing here. But sir, look to your brigade! Look to your brigade! Sir! Oh, I have... not... Okay, now I don't have myself nor my brigade, sir. I want to conduct a bloody bayonet attack. I'm gonna bring in the Jaegers, and that's where it's gonna start. Actually, I have 3 infantry regiments here. And there's very few enemies here. I want to do bayonets! Bayonets! Bayonets, gentlemen! Forwards! Kameraden! Charge them! Nahkampfangriff! We got bayonet fighting. 28th Infantry, supported by the 29th. Moving into close quarters fights. We were able to send the enemy off here. 39th Infantry. And then the 39th will hold and open fire on the cavalry. They still fight here. I guess the Jaegers don't have that high melee stats. How's it going in the woods, though?
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Yeah, now they break. The French retreat. Kind of unnecessary. I probably could have shot the enemy down there without the bayonet charge, but we'll... I mean, this is probably one of the few times that I will be able to conduct anything like that. The French have had a few artillery pieces, but these are now gone. And we are victorious. The first battle goes to us, although I do note that we do have quite heavy casualties on our side. We were victorious, but I probably imagine at least 1,000 casualties on our side. However, it's going to be a lot worse for the French, looking at this pile of bodies. Here we have the result. Almost every single French soldier died. Only 25 remain. That, of course, is a lot due to the fact that the morale was so high that most of them stood until the very end. I was surprised here that I didn't actually lose 1,000 men. I lost 821, so that's an improvement on my estimation at least. And not many team kills either. Artillery leads the way. followed by infantry and the Jaegers actually, and then light howitzers. So it's really those shrapnel cannons that did a lot of it, killing little over like 800 men out of the total loss of 2,455. And we also get a battle marker for that. Only 2 units remain. General dead, and we've got the start of the war. Battle of Nancy, July 1914. Victory over France. The war starts off very good for us. I'll have a little bit of money, then I'll deploy into... the best use is probably to increase trade. So we're gonna build up this dockyard. And we're gonna start moving the fleet forward. And I'm hoping actually to engage the British fleet. We're seeking the British fleet. We're gonna separate the trade ship, and that's gonna try and slip past everything, go north, and then head to the cotton, or hopefully we'll be able to switch the cotton to copper. But the thing is, the copper comes from the Dominion of Canada, so it's a bit odd that we are being able to buy copper or sell copper to Canada, or trading copper from Canada. Pretty nice otherwise. Everything going well for me. And yeah, this will be the first video in this German campaign. We beat the French, and we did it rather well, and hopefully we'll continue this. Given the victory we had against the French over here, I think with confidence we should be able to follow the army down here. I should be able to take out the warehouse then, and reduce the replenishment in the entire main French region, which should do us quite well as we continue forward here against our targets of Belgium and the Picardy-Champagne region and so forth. Maybe even going for Marseille in Provence. But with that, I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.